all seems so logical until you start to walk through what's actually happening when you start to adapt your behaviour. So you have a painful hip, so you start to stand on this leg. So more and more you stand on that leg, and the force starts to create a lot of tension line on the side that we're standing on. And on this side, you will find people start, or even you will find yourself, you start to have to put this leg out to the side, because it's now, if it was straightened, creating a longer leg. If you can see that there is now a tilt in this pelvis. So now you're walking with a short leg and a longer leg and a shorter leg and a longer leg, and you're enforcing the adaptation. And so when you start to think, oh, my shoulder hurts, I'll just put my arm up here, oh, that rests it, you start to change a catalogue of other things through the rest of your body. I'll give you an example of my own, which was probably 40 years ago, where I went to the doctor with extremely painful neck. And he looked at me and he assessed me, and he obviously had a good understanding of biomechanics. And he said, it's not your neck, it's your wrist. And I thought, how can it be my wrist? But he put a little bandage on this wrist, and he said, what's happened is, because you were in pain in your wrist, you were starting to tense it, and then you were starting to carry it. And as you carry it, you're carrying it into your elbow. Then you were carrying it into your shoulder, and now you're carrying it into your neck. Within 10 minutes, I was pain-free, because we dealt with the cause. Not the symptom, but the cause. He was right. I did have surgery subsequently on here, because I had broken 3 of the sort of little ball bearing bones in my wrist, ice skating, because I'd left my jewellery on. But basically, don't think that where the pain is, the problem isn't, and also don't adapt. As people know who come here, we say don't wear orthotics, okay? So we remove orthotics. I'll be open about that. We remove them. Unless there is a very, very, very good reason for them to have orthotics, we say remove them. Because here we are, we have 26 bones in the foot, and they are all designed to move against each other. If we don't have that movement in all our different bones, 220 in the whole body, if our spines don't move, if they don't flex between the joints, you will get itis building up. You will get build-ups of uric acid, inflammation, you will get calcification. And if the brain isn't being told constantly, move all these, it will start to lock things up. If we've got this foot here, you can see the only bit on this that bends is the end bit. But this bit in the middle here is rigid. It's done for the best of reasons, but it's rigid. And you will see people walking, and they're walking as, well, just basically boom, 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 because they can't flex their feet. And when we're working with people's biomechanical lines all the way up, we're trying to get that movement, that articulation. It's got far more to it than just the feet. As we strike with our heel and roll through, it activates our lymphatic in our our lymphatic pumps in our calves and so on. And it's all part of one machine. You can't simply change something. And if you alter like the foundations of something, you're going to alter everything that sits above it. And it may seem like a good adaptation, but it's a very, very narrow, microscopic, solve this, you know, my finger's hurting, so chop it off. It's a kind of situation that isn't going to end well. So we have the same with when people are sitting on one pelvis. You know, that they're thinking,